China is everywhere in the news these days, but it's not always for good reasons. Lots of folks are worried about what's happening there. It's like watching a fireworks factory being run by a bunch of pandas high on bamboo. It's exciting and terrifying all at the same time. The Chinese government keeps saying everything is fine. They point to their big GDP numbers. But look closer, and you'll see some cracks in that shiny economic armor. China's got problems, folks. Big steaming piles of problems, and they're starting to stink up the whole neighborhood. And if that wasn't enough, China's been acting like a real jerk on the world stage. They're picking fights with their neighbors, bullying countries over trade deals, and generally throwing their weight around like a toddler in a china shop. It's enough to make you want to hide under the covers and hope it all goes away. So, about those big GDP numbers China keeps bragging about. Yeah, they're growing, but not as fast as they used to. It's like that friend who brags about their vintage car. Sure, it still runs, but it's got a lot of miles on it, and it breaks down a lot. Unemployment is up, especially among young people. Imagine graduating from college only to find out the only job you can get is dressing up as a giant bottle of soy sauce. That's the reality for many young Chinese graduates. The property market is a total disaster. They've built entire cities that are practically ghost towns. It's like they're playing a real-life game of SimCity, but they forgot to add the Sims. And don't even get me started on their debt. Let's just say they owe a lot of money to a lot of people, and those people are getting antsy. China likes to throw around accusations of bullying, especially when it comes to the US. But let's be honest, folks. China's been acting like the schoolyard bully for years. They've been pushing around countries like the Philippines and Vietnam in the South China Sea, claiming territory that doesn't belong to them. It's like watching your neighbor build a fence 10 feet into your yard, and then claim they were there first. They've also been using their economic might to punish countries that don't do what they want. Remember that time Australia dared to suggest that maybe, just maybe, we should investigate the origins of COVID-19? China slapped tariffs on Australian goods like nobody's business. It's like they took a page out of Trump's playbook, but with less tweeting and more, well, actual action. This kind of behavior is not making them any friends. In fact, it's having the opposite effect. Countries are starting to wise up to China's game and are looking for ways to reduce their dependence on the world's second largest economy. So what does all this mean for China and the rest of the world? Well, it's not exactly a rosy picture. China's economic problems are starting to spill over into the global economy. Their aggressive behavior is making everyone nervous, and their attempts to control the narrative are, frankly, not very convincing. Countries are diversifying their supply chains, looking for alternatives to Chinese manufacturing. Alliances are shifting as countries realize that cozying up to China might not be in their best interests. The world is watching and they're not impressed. China's facing a choice. They can either shape up or ship out. They can clean up their act, start playing nice with others and become a responsible member of the international community, or they can continue down their current path of economic coercion and diplomatic bullying and risk becoming increasingly isolated on the world stage. The ball, as they say, is in their court, but it's a pretty wobbly court with cracks appearing all over the place, and the clock is ticking,